Hi guys, so this is your third subtraction lesson. So you have done subtracting using objects, you have done subtracting using jottings, and this time is subtract using a number line. So I know that you're not going to have a number line at home, and that is absolutely fine, because what's on the next slide and what I show you is how you guys will be able to do it. Okay, so you're just going to need pen and paper for this, pencil on paper or workbook or whatever you've got. Okay, so just before we do this, so some of you might find it easier to do subtracting using objects, some of you might find it easier to do subtracting using jottings, and some of you might find it easier to do subtracting using a number line. It is absolutely fine, whichever strategy you find best in the future you can use. I'm just showing you lots of strategies so you can decide which one works best for you, because it's not going to be the same for everybody. Okay, so it's called 100 splat square, and don't worry, on the class story on our dojo I've put a link, well I will put a link, so that you'll be able to use this on your tablet or laptop as well. Okay, so you will have access to exactly the same thing that I'm using. So if we're using this as a number line, now I can't put the calculations up, so I'll just have to say them. So I'm going to start with 8 take away 3. Okay, I'm just going to go with some simple smaller numbers. I'm going to do 8 take away 3. So the first thing I need to do is I need to, sometimes it makes a noise, I don't know if this one does, splat the number 8. Okay, so that is your starting point, because you're starting with 8 and we are going to take away 3. Our number will need to get smaller. We need to count backwards. Okay, so if I've got 8 and I want to take away 3, so I'm going to start here. Now I would do jump. We do jumps at school, don't we? So you would go 1, 2, 3. That's how it would look if we were using our number lines at school with our whiteboard and pen. But on here, what we can do is we can just splat the numbers. So we've started on 8 and we're going to count back 1, 2, 3. Right, and if again we were at school using it, we would circle the number that we got to. So you can see there that the number is 5. So 8 take away 3 would get you to 5. Remember guys, at this point you don't need to do anything. This is just me explaining it. Okay, I'm just doing you some examples. So I'm going to get rid of those splats if I can. Okay, let's try another one. So this time I'm going to go for some higher numbers. I think I'm going to do 17 take away 4. I'm going to do 17 take away 4. So the first thing I need to do, I'm going to splat the number 17. There's 17. We know that because it's made up of 1 10 and 7 ones. So 17 take away 4. We need to count backwards, so our numbers need to be getting smaller in value. So I've got 17. I'm going to count back 4. I'm going to go 1 splat, 2 splat, 3 splat, 4 splat. So then we would circle the number we get to, and that would be 13. So 17 take away 1, 2, 3, 4 would get you to 13. Okay, let's clear that one and do another example. I'm going to go for 20 take away 5. So I need to find 20 on my splat square. So I'm going to find 20, and then I'm going to count backwards. I need to take away 5. So in school we would have done the little bunny hops, okay, that would go back. But on here we can do it as a splat. So I'm on 20. I'm going to count back 5. I'm going to go 1 splat, 2 splat, 3 splat, 4 splat, 5 splat. So I've counted back 5. We've gone 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 20 take away 5 would be 15. Right. Okay. If I had higher numbers, I'm going to do 28. That's me. Right, so we're going to do 28 take away 6. So I'm on 28. So I'm going to splat 28 to start with because that is the biggest number. Okay. So 28 take away 6. So we need to count back. Our numbers need to get smaller. So we're going to go 28. And to count back, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Brilliant. So 28 take away 6 got us all the way to 22. So 28 take away 6 will give us 22. Right, I'm going to do one more example where it's a little bit trickier. If I was trying to do 13 take away 4, it would look a bit different. So 13 take away 4, the first thing I need to do is I need to splat 13. So that's all the same. So 13 take away 4. Right, so I'm going to take away 1, 2. Right, you can see there that I've got to the end of that line. I can't carry on that line. So what you need to do is go up to the next line where the numbers are still getting smaller and go all the way to that 10. If you're thinking you're counting 13, 12, 11, in your head think what would be next? It would be 10, which is over there, which is a bit funny because you have to go all the way and all the way back again. It's like reading a book backwards, isn't it? So we're on 13 and we were taking away 4. Let's just check. 13, 1 to 12, 2 to 11, 3 to 10, 4 to 9. Do you see how it's gone over 2 different lines? I know it's a bit confusing, but you get to the end of the line, then you go up, and it's got to be backwards. Everything needs to be working backwards. So 13 take away 4 equals 9. Right. So, just says on here, can you solve these? So you've got 14 take away 2, 24 take away 3, 18 take away 5, 28 take away 2, 36 take away 4, and then 15 take away 6 and 21 take away 4. Now on the bottom 2, they will be ones where you need to think about moving up and back on a line. Okay, so make sure you look out for that. There's a link to that splat square on the class story, so click on that link to the splat square and have that up next to your pen and paper and you'll be able to work them out. Okay, all right, well, good luck. Look forward to seeing it.